Word. I chose today the daily word from this coming Tuesday, and the word is presents. Christmas presents. That's with an E-N-C-E at the end, right? Not the E-N-T-S that we're used to. And it is my joy to be with you. So look, we get joy and presents, so we still get the daily word from today and from Tuesday. And this one, before I even read this, I'm just going to say that yesterday I was here for the Oak Bridge Christmas story, and one of the congregants here approached me afterwards. Oh, said, "What a nice shirt you have on. Is that new?" And it wasn't this one, by the way. And I said, "Oh no, I've had it for a while. I just haven't worn it." And then she said to me, she said, "Oh, your mind, you seem like your mind is a million miles away." And I said, "Oh, yes, you're right. My mind is a million miles away." And I have thought about that all night and morning because I'm emotional about it, because I didn't give the present of Christmas, of presents. I wasn't present with that person. And they called me out on it. And I appreciate that big time, because my goal in life is to be present with people. And so thank you to that person for pointing out. And just offer to you a quick little thing is that the gift of Christmas presents, forget Christmas, right? The gift of presents is the thing that we can so easily give and that we so often aren't there for, because our heads are so occupied, right? Just to be there when someone asks you a question, you just stand there and you be present with them when you answer their question. I'm just telling you from my own place, as I just told you, I'm guilty of that, right? I just get distracted. It's Christmas time and there's a lot on my brain. I failed on that one. So anyway, maybe you'll be better at that than I was, and I hope that today I'll be better at that than I was yesterday. Presents. It is my joy to be with you. One of the most precious gifts I can give during the Christmas season, or at any time, is my presence. The time and attention I devote to simply being with people I care about expresses my love in a way that no material gift can match. Large festive gatherings can be fun and a splendid way to reconnect with family and friends. Quieter times with one or two who are especially dear to me also allow me to create memories we can cherish. If I'm not able to visit my loved ones in person, I can share my presence with them over the phone or the computer. It doesn't matter what we do or what we talk about when we spend time together. In the comfort of one another's company, the warmth of our shared blessings, the warmth of our shared love blesses us all. So won't you say with me, it is my joy to be with you. Yeah, wow. I think taking that a step further for me is that sometimes I forget that that's all someone wants from me. All that my mom wants from me is just to pick up the phone and call her, right? She doesn't care what I talk about. If I talk about nothing at all, she wants me to pick up the phone. And if someone comes up to you, I invite you to, if you have reservations about whether you're worthy of giving someone your time, if you don't think they want your time, that's maybe for what I'm projecting, is that sometimes they don't really want to talk to me. And I realize, actually, I don't have to do anything but just to be in their presence. Maybe they just need me to listen to them. Yeah. All right, so that's enough of that one, and that's the shortest little talk that I've ever given. I didn't even intend to do that one today. So here's what's happening, right? And some of you are really new, first timers. But next Sunday, Christmas Sunday, is my last Sunday, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And that means I have been here for 5 months now. 5 months, and this week. I don't know about any of you, but the Advent word is joy. And so I've been getting ready for, what do I talk about surrounding joy? And this week, my head was busy about a lot of things. It's Christmas time, right? There's a lot going on for all of us. We're looking, trying to find our schedules. We're trying to maybe pick up gifts for people. We're trying to cook almond roca with the wrong butter or something. Yeah. Good butter, and it turned out good. We're trying to do so much, right? And I had a hard time accessing joy this week. And it's really hard to talk about something, to express something, if you don't have it inside of you. And I know that a lot of people have trouble around this time of year, right? It's not always a joyous thing for all of us. Some of us it is, some of us it comes easily. And one of the things we talked about last week was if you're not feeling love for someone or something, that's okay, because you can just step out of the way and let divine love come in for you and just be the conduit of that, right? Just to be the channel for that. And that is okay. We are human after all. And that today, this week, I should say, was the same lesson for me with joy. I wasn't feeling joy in many parts of my week. I wasn't. And I could see it in other people and other things, but I was like, oh, that's nice for them. And I'm stressed about this or that, or I'm just not feeling joy. And so I just step out of the way and let divine joy come on through. And joy comes to us from so many different things. And what I do when I need to to step out of my own way is I sit down at the piano. I've been a musician since 4 years old, a pianist since I was 4 years old. And Mom says I used to bang my Jingle Bell shoes even before that. And so joy can come to me, love can come to me, anything can come to me if I sit at the piano. And so that's what I got a chance to do this week. And so what I decided, and there goes the cap, that also in celebration of this being toward the end of my 5 months here, that I would share with you what is my joy, which is music. And so for the next part of this service, it's just all songs that I have shared with you over the last 5 months. Some of you have heard them once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. But this is the place where my joy comes through. And so this is what I share with you. Some of these, depends on what I do here, which songs here, but I have I won't do all of them. We won't have that much time. But 4 of these songs I actually wrote for this congregation. About three of these songs are written by other people, and I'll let you know which ones they are. But anyway, enough with, what do they say? Without further ado. So we're going to start with a song. Well, many of the songs I wrote are all of the songs I wrote are autobiographical. There's something that was going on in my life at the time. And so this song is about making choices, about discerning what the right thing to do is. All right, and this song is called Discern and Decide. Sometimes I feel conflicted. Sometimes I feel so lost. How do I maximize the outcome while I minimize the cost? How do I choose between this or that? How do I make the right choice? Do I listen to a well-meaning friend's advice, or do I listen to my inner voice? Well, I could shake the 8-ball, have my tarot cards read. I could check my horoscope or call my best friend. But when it comes to making decisions, I let divine wisdom be my guide. I evaluate my options and I discern and decide. Sometimes my head says one thing, and then my heart says another. Sometimes I just can't make up my mind between one thing or the other. But there's a wealth of wisdom that I can tap into to at any time. If I silence my distractions and my overblown emotions, I get clarity of mind. Well, I could shake the 8-ball, have my tarot cards read. I could check my horoscope or call my best friend. But when it comes to making decisions, I let divine wisdom be my guide. I evaluate my options and I discern and decide. Discern and decide. Is it yes or no? Should I stay or go? Should I save or spend? Should I ignore or defend? Should I give or receive? Should I doubt or believe? With wisdom as my guide, the answer's right inside. Well, I could shake the 8-ball, have my tarot cards read. I could check my horoscope or call my best friend. But when it comes to making decisions, I let divine wisdom be my guide. I evaluate my options and I discern and decide. Discern and decide. Discern and decide. This song is the first song that I wrote for this congregation. And I wrote it back, a year and a half ago when I was coming up to visit you all, and Reverend Larry was here and giving a talk on lack and not embracing lack, right? And it also was the first song I sang on my first Sunday here with you when I was leading you guys. Save up for this, save up for that. Don't spend it all in one place. These are the words that I've heard all my life, but they're also a challenge I face. 'Cause deep underneath there's a message that someday it all will run out. Well, if I live in that fear, then it's bound to appear. What I visualize, I bring about. There is always enough when I choose to believe it. There is always enough, even when I can't see it. When I'm living in lack, I just set myself back. There is always more than enough. Imagine a world full of blessings untold. Imagine a life filled with love. Imagine your body both healthy and whole, or anything else you dream of. Everything's mine for the choosing. I know this without any doubt. When my heart is aligned with my spirit and mind, what I visualize, I bring about. There is always enough when I choose to believe it. There is always enough, even when I can't see it. When I'm living in lack, I just set myself back. There is always more than enough. When I open my heart, then the blessings will start. There is always enough when I choose to believe it. There is always enough, and at last I can see it. No more living in lack, now I take my strength back. There is always more than enough. When I open my heart, then the blessings will start. There is always more than enough. I believe it, and so my abundance will flow. There is always enough, always more than enough. There is always more than enough. As I was deciding to do this version of a service this morning, of course, self-judgment comes in. I don't know about you, but I have self-judgment. And one of the first things I thought was, oh, is this something that is coming from ego? Is this something that feels performative? Is this something, and so all these things come through me. And I'll tell you, let me take a little drink here. When I was a child, because I played the piano from such a young age, my parents and grandparents they were very proud of me and very supportive, very, very sweet. But anytime we would go into someone's house or a restaurant that had a piano, they would want me to play because they were very proud of me. And for me, this was a source of stress for me because I felt these people are a captive audience. They can't walk away. They're sitting in this restaurant right now, or it's their house. My grandparents had an upholstery business, so sometimes we would go with them to pick up the furniture or to deliver the furniture. And if there was a piano, so my grandmother would say, "Oh, Brent plays the piano. Let him play for you." So what's interesting is, 40 years later, 45 years later, I still feel that is it a captive audience? Maybe I shouldn't force myself onto, and I don't say that to get your, thank you. But so anyway, literally that came through my mind is this something that feels performative? But the truth is, every song that I write or every song that I choose to sing of someone else's is its own talk. It's its own message. I don't actually like to sing songs that are just there because they're pretty or they show off the piano or the voice. Every song that I write or that I sing is its own message. So for that, I say you're getting 10 or 12 messages today in one. We just keep going through it. One of the first songs that I wrote for this congregation very early on was there was a week here when there was a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people, and it was hard. It was hard for some people. This goes back a few months, and we say at the end of our service, we say that all is well, right? It's the end of our prayer of protection. Do we believe that in all cases? It's easy to say that all is well when things are going well, right? It's a lot harder to say that when things aren't going well. And one of the things I like to expose myself to you is I'm human, and I have parts of my week, like I said, that I'm not perfect. And in fact, most parts of my week, even though we are all perfect at all times, that's the thing. Even when things aren't going well, all is well. I still believe, even in my darkest hour, I still believe that all is well. I still believe when I feel I've lost my power. I still believe that all is well. I still believe even when my heart is hurting. I still believe that all is well. I still believe even through my disappointment. I still believe that all is well. Every situation that unfolds is exactly what the present holds. And I know it's meant to be because it's here in front of me, and I am here by grand design. I still believe, even when my mind is clouded, I still believe that all is well. I still believe, Even when my body's aching, I still believe that all is well. Every situation that unfolds is exactly what the present holds. And I know it's meant to be because it's here in front of me, and I am here by grand design. And I know the choice is mine to still believe. When I can't see past my sorrow, I'll still believe that all is well. I'll still believe that I'll make it through tomorrow. I still believe that all is well. Every situation that unfolds is exactly what the present holds. And I know it's meant to be because it's here in front of me, and I am here by grand design. And I know the choice is mine to still believe. When I can't see past my sorrow, I'll still believe that all is well. I still believe that I'll make it through tomorrow, and I believe that all is well. I believe that all is well. You know, that song I only sang once. I sang once that Sunday, and I haven't done it since. And when I took a look at it a couple of days ago, I thought, whoa, this one, I need to do that more often. It's a message that really resonates with me. And you've heard me say this before, if you know me, but these songs come through me. And you probably hear a lot of artists say that, about most artists say that, whether it's a painting or a story, a poem, they come through you. They come through our filter, right? It couldn't exist in any other way than through the filter of your experiences and your feelings. That's true. But the impetus, the message of it, the core of it is coming from another place. So I often talk about the songs that I've written in a way as if they weren't, like, they're not my songs. There's something else. They're songs that came through me. Here's another one. Although the impetus for this, although it did come from Spirit, I have a very close friend who's a retired minister, who doesn't like the word retired. She's a minister, a former Unity minister, and she gave me a piece of advice several years ago that when you've got something, a story on your mind, and some of you liked this song, so I know some of you are going to start, recognizing right away. But when you've got something that happened in your life or that's going on in your life that's maybe not a positive story, not something that, and you want to tell someone, right? My friend, she says to me, you get to tell that story 3 times. Just 3 times, and then you got to be done with it. Because if you keep telling that story over and over again, you're keeping it alive, right? We know that the way to keep a deceased loved one, a past loved one, alive is to keep talking about them. And the Day of the Dead, the Dia de Muerte in Mexico, you keep a picture and you keep someone's spirit alive. Well, that's the same thing is true about negative things. We keep them alive. We keep that story alive by telling it over and over again. So this song is called 3 Times. It's almost like they knock 3 times on the ceiling, but not that one. All right? and can't wait for it to end. I usually grab my cell phone to complain about it with a friend. It's good to try and clear my mind, good to get it off my chest. But once I've told that story 3 times, I can put that tale to rest. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. Put it out of your mind, and then close the door. Don't perpetuate the energy of something bad from before. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. We've all had a time or 2, or maybe 8 or 9 or 10, when something doesn't go our way and we play it back again and again. We may not even know or see how we're stuck there in the past. So if you tell that story again, make sure that it's your last. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. Put it out of your mind, and then slam that door. Don't perpetuate the energy of something bad from before. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. Instead of letting our past define us, here's a tool that will remind us. Tell the story 3 times, and not one more. Put it out of your mind, and then slam that door. Don't perpetuate the energy of something bad from before. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. Tell that story 3 times, and not one more. There's a good tool for us, right? Yeah. I bet you all are thinking of a story you've told a few times, right? Some of us keep telling the same story from like when we're little kids, like, oh, my mom left my dad, and that still affects me 42 years. That didn't happen to my family, but I'm just saying that's the kind of stories that sometimes I still hear. So take a look at that one, right? What story can you let go? You've told 3 times, slam that door. This song is special to me. This is a song that I wrote and was actually nominated for a Posse Award. If you're familiar with the Posse Awards, from it's Empower Music and Arts, and it's the New Thought music for Unity churches and CSL churches, Science of Mind churches and stuff. And so it's all positive music. And every year they have an awards ceremony, and this song was nominated, didn't win, but it's an honor to be nominated for one of the best songs of 2021. This song came from a time in my life when I was feeling edgy. I felt, you ever have a day when you feel like you're snapping at people, or you're just not soft, you're just edgy. Yeah. So I had one of those periods. I feel like every hour. But I wanted to be able to give myself a mantra. And this song is called Soften My Heart. Soften my heart, let love shine through. Soften my mind, my spirit too. Soften my words right from the start. Soften my thoughts, soften my soul, soften my heart. When I'm feeling angry or unkind, when frustration builds up in my mind, when there's too much chaos in my day, I just stop, take a breath, and say, soften my heart, let love shine through. Soften my mind, my spirit too. Soften my thoughts right from the start. Soften my words, soften my soul, soften my heart. When I'm feeling anxious or afraid, or when changes mess up plans I've made, when the dark days take my peace away, I step back, close my eyes and pray. Soften my heart, let love shine through. Soften my eyes, my listening too. Soften my face when tension starts. Soften my voice, soften my touch, soften my heart. Soften my thoughts, soften my soul, soften my heart. Soften my heart. Yeah. Whew. All right. I'm watching the clock here. Another one I want to share with you is probably this has been a journey for me, this 5 months, stepping in. It's always been something I've done all my life. Is since I was 12 years old, I've been a church pianist and singer all through. So that's 40 years. But in the last 5 months, I've taken on the role of giving talks, of being the guest speaker, the speaker for you guys, and sharing tidbits of wisdom. I hope they're wisdom, it's wise, that comes through. But in serving as sort of an interim minister here, and that's a new thing for me. And this has been a journey for me. This has been a journey deeper into unity, deeper into new thought. It's been also an expansive journey for me to see what is mine and what is mine and what is mine and what is mine. My favorite song, and well, they're favorites for different reasons. This next song is the most resonant with me because it is a snapshot of a place in my journey of where I am now. It'll be interesting to hear this song 3 years from now. But this next song, the lyrics speak to a place that this church was able to bring me, that this experience of leading of unity in the Olympics was able to bring me. And this song, I won't even give you the title because that'll give away the I believe this, and I believe that, and mindlessly follow along. If I recite this, and I recite that, they tell me that I can belong. But each path is different, each journey unique. There's not just one way to the answers I seek. What's true for another cannot be denied, but that doesn't make it my truth here inside. There's a freedom inside as my heart opens wide, and my consciousness keeps on expanding. When I question my thoughts and the things I've been taught, I find the God of my own understanding. Down through the ages, the saints and the sages have told us just what to believe. And on rare occasion, a gentle persuasion can bring a new thought to perceive. But deep in my heart is my own unique truth. There's nothing to promise and nothing to prove. Like streams to the ocean, there's not just one way. And I can decide how I see God today. There's a freedom inside when our hearts open wide, and our consciousness keeps on expanding. When we question our thoughts and the things we've been taught, we'll find the God of our own understanding. Maybe it's already working for you, the way you've been taught in the past. Maybe the answers are certain and true to the questions you've already asked. But if there's a longing to know something more, to find an awareness like never before, just open your heart and walk through that door to make a fresh new start with the God that's in your heart. There's a freedom inside as your heart opens wide, and your consciousness keeps on expanding. When I question my thoughts and the things I've been taught, I'll find the God of my own understanding. When my mind is unsealed and the truth is revealed, you'll find the God of your own understanding. And if you haven't by now, you're hereby allowed to find the God of your own understanding. All right. I've got one more for you. One more for you. And I don't think I've done this in church. I know I've done it for the Oak Ridge group before. And this is a fun song. And then we'll start to go through the service here. But this song I wrote around the time of the George Floyd incident, right? That thing. And the first verse of this song actually is true. Well, all of the song is true, but the first verse is very, very close to what happened in my house. I grew up in the country, 10 miles out of town, and where we got our farm eggs, some were white and some were brown. And when I asked the question, my grandma would explain. She said, wait and see, I guarantee they both taste just the same. Brown egg, white egg, same yolk inside. The shells show up in different shades around the whole world wide, but they all cook up just the same, scrambled, poached, or fried. Brown egg, white egg, same yolk inside. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, that lamb was sure to go. But she also had a black sheep who had his own acclaim. With 3 bags full of warm black wool, Mary loved him just the same. Black wool, white wool, same sheep inside. The sheep show up in different shades out on the countryside, but they all clothe us just the same around the whole world wide. Black wool, white wool, same sheep inside, same sheep inside. So many kinds of people living on this earth, but up till now we haven't learned how to respect each other's worth. No one's life is better, no one is above. Each form and face of every race is all made up of love. Brown skin, white skin, same love inside. Folks show up in different shades around the whole world wide, but with loving hearts we all can start to unite and not divide. Black skin, white skin, same love inside, same love inside. Brown egg, white egg, a pink or purple striped egg, blue egg, gold egg, a young or 90-year-old egg, yellow egg, red egg, a married or unwed egg, short egg, tall egg, any old type at all egg. Same yolk inside, same yolk inside, same love inside, same love inside.